Player view.
Okay guys, make sure to like and subscribe to the video.
Notification.
Basically, today I wanted to talk about something.
Notification.
Now, we all
One new
know
recipe
about
unlocked.
one vital thing that's
PM.
coming up: school.
Inventory.
Nobody likes it, everybody
12
hates it.
notification.
It's just a
11 new
perfect
recipes
match.
unlocked.
But there's
Notification.
one thing
9
I just
new
don't like
recipes
about school.
unlocked.
And if
Player
you want
view.
to know what it is,
Notification.
it's the homework.
12 new recipes
Alright,
unlocked.
I'm gonna ask all my viewers a question. Out of 70% of you, actually all of you, do you actually learn anything from homework? Actually, do you learn anything from school in general? Yes, in general. Now, it can't be something you could learn in actual life. No, something you would learn, you can only learn in school. And you're gonna use in real life. I'm betting 70 to 90% of you might have learned 2 things. 2 to 10 things that you can use ame in real life. But
Player
that's
view.
the rest. It doesn't make any sense.
Player
Like,
view.
when am I actually going to use
Blanks.
a minus plus b squared
Blanks.
activate? Like, let me give you an example. You guys know about, wait, what's that one math thing?
Crafting table.
Let me think.
Notification. 1 new recipe
It's
unlocked.
squares. It involves
Player
square
view.
root. You remember when our teachers made us do square roots? Never used again. One time, never used again. What's the reason behind that? Nobody knows. But it was just
Inventory.
used and never again.
24.
It didn't make
Torch.
any
48.
sense.
Furnace. 48.
And then when I
Player
asked
view.
my teachers, they're like, oh, because it makes you smarter. Like, no! Get me something I'm actually gonna do in the real world. Not some dang root square or
Inventory.
MC times 6 squee.
24.
Like,
Player
I don't even know
view.
what I just said. Okay. Point being
Inventory.
that, like, man, school is literally, some of the stuff they teach us is like almost
Stone axe.
rotting your mind. Like, I
Notification.
barely remember
10 new
anything,
recipes
because
unlocked.
as soon as you do something,
Stone axe.
you immediately forget it. Like, I don't remember anything during the summer. Like, generally, my dad had to get me a tutor when I was like 16 to do the summer, because, like, yeah, man, it was like genuinely like, I didn't like it, and that's because I didn't remember anything. Whenever you do homework, I know 70% of the kids watching this are
Notification.
probably asking
Green recipes
ChatGPT or asking their parents. Now, is there something wrong with asking your parents? No. But there is something wrong when your parents give you the answer. Let me give you an example. Now, this is a parent giving you a clue. Okay, the answer rhymes with cat. But then this is just giving out the plain answer. Okay, it starts with a B, ends with a T, and it might have an A. Like, does it make any sense? No, it doesn't. It completely makes no sense, and it's useless.
Inventory.
Useless information. Oh yeah, if you guys are like,
20.
yeah, I'm
Player
complaining
view.
about ending the video. Forgot to put that in my intro. Yeah, basically you can watch the Minecraft commentary on the side, and honestly, yeah, I'm gonna keep complaining. And trust me, you're gonna want to stay for what I have to say. Now, I'm gonna say this now. If the school keeps doing what they're doing, they are not getting a single lick of education to these kids. Most of these kids be searching answers. I'm not even kidding. I'm pretty sure most of my friends use AI for their essays. I mean, like, it's become a public known thing. I don't even know why the teachers still take, like, why are you taking our essays? It doesn't make any sense. You know about 90% of those kids didn't try. And the other 30% probably got massive help. And those other 10%, those are the actual smart kids who work. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. And then let's not even talk about how school forces kids to fight. Now, I'm not saying physical, but like, let's be honest. My friends, this school year, they fought over genuine molecules. And I'm not even kidding. One of my friends, let's name him Vaki, he decided to fight this other game guy. We're gonna name Kyle. Basically, they fought, and guess why they fought? They fought because they just wanted to see which one was stronger, and then it turned into a whole school fight thing. And I'm like, what was the purpose of that? It just didn't make any sense. And then after that,
Stone
I
pickaxe.
will admit, I've seen a lot of fights in my school. And I'm not trying to say this or be stereotypical or anything, but you know, in these US American, especially USA schools, there's definitely gonna be a fight once or twice. Nah, 3 times. 3 times usually minimum for these USA schools. Now, I'm not trying to say don't put your kid in a USA school and try to be rude. What I'm trying to say is that, dude, you're literally like, the whole school is like usually half the time arguing over something, and when it's not arguing, it turns into pure drama. One of my friends, I'm gonna call them Katie, argued with this, I don't want to be rude, but a bigger person, and basically they went in a whole roast battle in the middle of our class, and our substitute didn't do nothing about it. They just watched the whole thing happen. They did kind of step in, but then at the same time they were like just watching it for 50%. And then when they went to the bathroom, they just kept roasting each other. And the whole class was just going, ooh, ooh, and nobody tried stopping them. And like, some of the stuff they were saying was rude. I don't want to get like demonetized or anything, but for an example, one of them said, "You're so large that the orphanage said you couldn't fit in with them." Yeah, it wasn't the nicest thing. Yeah, not really nice. Do not do this. But I was really crazy. Like, they went on that for like 10 minutes before the substitute came back from the bathroom, and it all stopped. And really, that day was kind of crazy. But they don't have beef anymore. Katie and the other girl, who's big.
5, 7.
And, well, not big, like just a little more overweight. Anyways, I still have 10 minutes on the clock. Yeah, just a reminder, like and subscribe. You don't even have to, just please like, even if you don't watch the whole video, if you like, it will just recommend my video to more other people. Now, back on topic. Now, you are just gonna think, I'm not one of those kids who complains about why they add letters in math. Now, I'm one of those kids who complain about the system they have with the math. Difference. There's a difference here. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. My school, we had this teacher, really nice teacher. I wouldn't do this. I am not suggesting cheating. I am not trying to make anybody cheat here. I'm actually trying to do opposite of that. I'm just trying to prove a point. Basically, my teacher had a math test, right? And then guess what happens? The whole time we take the test, I barely know anything. But this also happened. I'll give you 2 examples. I didn't know anything. But then the teacher says, "Oh, we'll go do it tomorrow." And I'm like, but I can just go see the answers. She collected all the tests, and the study guides are exactly like the test. So basically, she was like, you can do the test tomorrow if you didn't finish. And I'm like, wait, so I can just go back on the study guide and basically learn all the answers I just didn't do. And that spanned for 3 days. At that point, that might as well be cheating. And put down in the comment section if you have a similar thing that happened to you. Anyway, another example is I saw this kid in my history class who just flat out cheated. He was a tiny kid. I'm gonna name him, John. He literally just cheated. Flat out cheated. I saw his study guide right under his desk. No, it was actually the answer sheet. Because if you know, history is probably one of the most easiest subjects. He just had this study guide, and I know he was looking at that thing. And I didn't notice until the end of the test. I told the teacher, and the teacher just didn't do anything. And I'm like, alright, so you just let him cheat. Now, I'm not saying the teachers are bad or anything. I actually think most of them are really good. But like, he was cheating. You're not even gonna call that out. Not even a glimpse. And you know what I hated about that whole experience? The test was easy. It didn't require any cheating. Like, to be honest, that kid was probably only smart because he cheated. He wasn't a smart kid, but he wasn't a dumb kid. He was like the average smart kid. Like, if he was on a smart tier list, he would be somewhere in
White
B
bed,
tier.
white bed.
Okay,
Sleeping through the night. Leave bed.
Yeah.
button.
so
Mode
basically,
1, player view.
I just didn't
Iron
like
Fist
that.
Stone
And
Axe.
the fact that he had to cheat on an easy test just proves how broken the school system is. Wait, give me a sec. Okay. And yeah, basically, I could make this go a bunch longer, but I'm gonna make this into a 2-part video. And yeah. But one more thing I want to
Rotten
complain about.
flesh.
No offense,
Rock-
but I
Stone Axe.
genuinely think
2, 3, 5,
that we
6.
cannot just be hiring any
Player
substitute.
view.
Like,
Stick.
I'm so dead all. Literally, like, when I was in 3rd grade, mind you, 3rd grade, my substitute teacher was drinking alcohol. Yes, actual
Cobblestone
alcohol.
Flags. Stone
I could have
Axe.
backed this up with one of my friends, but like, I can't call them right now, and it's a whole thing. Point is, they were drinking alcohol mid-class, and we saw, and only a few selected students saw her, but like, school, what are you doing?
Flat.
She's drinking alcohol.
Stone Axe.
We actually never saw her again
Stone
after
Axe.
that, probably because she thought the job just didn't pay a lot, which it probably didn't. But like, my school just hired some random person who drank alcohol in front of a bunch of third graders. Now, did it scar me for life? No, I didn't really care. But facts are facts. Like, why are you doing that?
Notification.
What if a student stole that? Because trust
25
me,
new
some
recipes
students were
unlocked.
devious in my past
Player
years.
view.
Alright? Devious.
Steak.
They be doing this
Cobblestone. Oak
crazy stuff for no reason. And yeah. Now I'm thinking about something. Just comment in the videos. Comment down below if you thought like this video was trash and what can I improve. See ya.